Good day and welcome to our preview for today, the 25th of September. I don't know if you know, but in 3 months' time it's Christmas. We're going to do a quick preview of the racing today at Fairview on the poly track. And we kick off the first race with a maiden plate, and it's a maiden plate over 1200 meters on the poly. So let's have a look at the betting first. Betting is as follows. I had this thing open just now. Number 9, Dairy 2-1, Forbidden Affair 9-2, Watercracker 9-2, Off Pat 9-2, 10-1, Profound Wisdom, Lotus King 10-1, for Zando 12-1, 25-1, and longer the rest. What I'm going to do today, I'm just going to quickly run through my selections. I'm a little bit between a rock and a hard place. Some people want the video to be shorter, some people want it to be more comprehensive. So what I've decided, I'm just going to run through my selections and mention one or two other horses here. My selection for the race 1 is number 4, and that is Profound Wisdom. If you've seen here on the betting, it's 10-1. This horse is been running well, and last time out came from draw 12 out of 14. Didn't do too well, but I think we can forgive him the draw. Before that, run a nice race behind Rise Ace, and I believe Profound Wisdom can be involved with the finish today. Then we go down to number 8, Lotus King. Lotus King is also a horse that's been running there and thereabouts. Has got Lionel Hewitson on board, drawn 8, and I do believe that it is improving. Last time out ran over the 1400, now bringing back over 1200, and can definitely be a contender to win or place. And then we go down to number 13. But before I go down to number 13, let's have a look at number 9. Number 9 is the favorite, Noble Tune. He ran third behind God of Thunder over 1200 meters on his first start, so definitely in with a chance. Here's number 13, which is Off Pat. Off Pat is, but unfortunately, drawn 13, but has run some nice places and was behind the favorite, but definitely a horse to include into your places. So let's move on to race number 2. Race number 2 is a all-to-come maiden plate over 1600 meters. The betting as follows. Orion Express 3-1. Sarela 33-10, Kana 72, Prancing Oscar 4-1, 10-1, Zama Zama 14-1, and longer the rest. Here my selection is number 11. Let's go down to the horse number 11. It's Kara, called Kana. It's a looser fort now going over the 1600 meters for the first time. Richard Fonrier, a very competent jockey on board, drawn 6, and I would think that this horse will be running on strongly at the end. He definitely can do this distance, and now that Zies van Oosthuizen has broken his spell, he has had his first winner and PE. I'm sure many more will follow. Then my outsider selection is number 13, Prancing Oscar. Unfortunately, also drawn 12, but can place. Did run third last time out over the 1600 meters, same jockey, but unfortunately a little bit of a bad draw, but can be running on at the end. Then also impressed me much. It's a better than you would think it horse can sprint, but I do believe this horse in his first race did well on last, did run on well, and maybe a conclusion for the back end of your quartets. Also, I just want to look, my other outside selection is number 6, which is Zama Zama. It's a horse that comes from Greyville and has had some fair runs there. Unfortunately, also drawn 14, but definitely include for your placings. Then we move down to race number 3, the first leg of the pick 6. And here we have no limits, merit rating 80 handicap, and Class C average merit rating 75. Let's have a look at the betting. Number 2 is Nippy Sweetie 13-10, Duke of Cards 11-2, Winter Tango 11-2, Bank Robber 7-1, Spirit of King 10-1, 14-1, and longer the rest. I think that the finish here will be fought out between number 1 Duke of Cards and number 2 Nippy Sweetie. My preference is for number 1 Duke of Cards, has won in higher divisions, beating Philos, which is my best bet for the day today. Did run again well against Mama's C. They ran against much stronger, so I think number 4 will definitely be hard not to crack here for number 2 Nippy Sweetie, who has now won 3 in a row and is not without a chance, can definitely go in. Then here we have number 3, Bank Robber, coming from Natal. Before it was in Gauteng, then it moved to Natal and now found itself in PE. Unfortunately, draw 10, but definitely a horse that you can put in your play in terms of your quartets, trifectas, and whatever other play you do. Yes, number 4 for the last time has also run against much stronger fields. You can look here, a 96, a 93, a 85. Didn't run well in his last few runs. They ran behind Moon and June in a future race, running B divisions. Now finding itself in a C division, can probably improve with Lyle Hewitt on board. Can definitely be a contender. Don't exclude from your quartets. Now let's move on to race number 5. Race number 4, which is a Racing Association plate. And here the strong favorite is number 1 Global Drummer. Has had 5 runs, 4 wins. And definitely the horse to beat in this field. I do believe there is a horse that can maybe beat it, and that's number 3 Bold Dreamer. Bold Dreamer has had a few nice wins. Last time out in a little bit of a less stronger field, he was placed 3 lengths behind the winner, but I believe Bold Dreamer might be the stiff opposition for the favorite Global Drummer. So let's move on to the next race, which is race number 5 over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting. Just for interest, the betting on number 1 is 5-10, 72 Tiger in the Sun, and Rin 15-2, 9-1 Bold Dreamer, 9-1 Wuhan, Asian Times 14-1, Scratch 2, 4, and 6. Here we have race number 5, Philos 12-10, 5-2 Die Civil 3-1, Dolphin 6-1, 10-1, and better the rest. Here my selection is the favorite, and that is Philos. I do believe Philos has been running well, and in this small field over 1,200 meters shouldn't be a problem. And I think at front row 6 would be definitely a huge contender in this race. I do believe his stiffest opposition can come from number 7, Master Newton. Although Master Newton has been placed over this distance, he's never won over this distance. But being in such a small field, Marco van Rensburg riding can definitely be the upset in this race. Then let's move to race number 6, where we have a Fairview 800 non-black type. Class B, average merit rating 93. Let's to number 6. Race 6 is number 4, Rockalow. Hour 72, Celestial Prince. 92, Barberton Silver. 11-2, 10-1, American Landing. 14-1, and better the rest. So let's have a look at race 6. Now, very open race, a lot of few horses with chances. I'm going for the Cape Town Visitor with Richard Fourie on board. He has 1 year at Fairview over a longer distance, but I'm sure that the shorter distance won't be a problem as he won cozily, and I do believe with Richard Fourie on board can definitely go in. Then outsiders you want to have a look at is number 5, Macarona. The Macarona got a pipe opener last week over the 1,300 meters, but would also prefer the longer distances. Maybe even the 1,800 is too short for him, but do include in the back end of your quartets can surprise. Then number 9, Barberton Silver, up in class, very well bred, has now also won 3 in a row, only carrying 52.5. Barberton Silver definitely inclusion into your calculations. Here we have race 7, for 68 handicap, Class D, average merit rating 65. Let's have a look at the betting. Colorado Springs 92, Run Flores Run 5-1, Viva La Blue 11-2, She's Rockstar 8-1, 10-1, Mini Moon 12-1, and longer the rest. Asia's Queen also 12-1, Apple Magic 12-1. Let's have a look at our selections. I want to scroll down here to the bottom, where my selection is number 16, Ocean Queen, only carrying 53.5, only a drawn 7, which is not too bad. This horse has been running on, maybe in a bit of lower divisions, but not that big difference. It's now running in a 63, has run in a 66, the head run in a 63, but didn't run too well. He's suited to the distance. 389 distance, the last win. And Shady Fortune, definitely a competent jockey. The horse has been running on over his last 2 runs, and Oasis Queen can definitely be a horse that can upset the apple cart here. Then we're going to have a look at number 6. Viva Le Blue, Stan Naidu on board. Also been running there and thereabouts. Also in the same class, here and there a bit stronger. But definitely 1900 will not be a problem. Has won under Poly before, already 3 wins. So number 6, Viva Le Blue, definitely outsider to include into your calculations. Then another outsider I want to go down to is number 12. She's a Rockstar against Zitwood Station. Jockey Clint has also been running well, fourth for second, and is definitely due for another win. Here we have the favorite, number 11, Colorado Springs, a 3-year-old, nicely bred, ideal world out of Western Wintermere. Unfortunately, drawn 15, and that I think will count against him, and it's going to be difficult for this 3-year-old to win from that draw. Here we have Run Flores Run, also drawn 1. Louis Mkotwa on board, Sharon Kotson. I think also this horse has got the ability to win this race, so don't leave out of your calculations. And we move on to race number 8, betting on race number 8. Market day 17-10. For Medina, Fairview to 10, Daiichi 4-1, Bravo Charlie 4-1, 16. The rest. Here my selection, and we're going to scroll down to the bottom of the page. Is number 15, Pomatina. Pomatina, unfortunately, is drawn a little bit wide at 13, so it's just going to be difficult to win from there, but improved nicely over the 1900 meters. Now running again over the 1900 meters, 24.3400 to finish. And just something that caught my eye, when in debut at Durbanville, it ran 23.6, which is not bad, and a 23.5 over shorter distances, and I'm sure definitely will be running on at the end. Number 14, Louis Legrand, can be included into the back end of quartets. In Market Day is the favorite. Yeah, it did run well behind Find Me Unafraid, but also drawn wide on 12, and that makes it difficult, but the draw can be overcome. Other Robert Charlie, drawn free, Smith's Table. Yeah, I think this horse has been running there and thereabouts, and I think that this horse is the type of horse, because this Dame Kiri has shown quite a number of runners, good runners, hence the price 525,000, now finding itself in Kimberley, in PE. But yeah, this horse can improve suddenly, so do not discard and do include in your play. Other horses with chances. Number 1, Daiichi, coming from the Cape. First run here didn't run too well. Yeah, the form is not very strong, but has had a few nice runs early in the career. So based on that, must also have a chance. So that brings us to the end of our preview. I hope I have pointed you in the right direction. And as I always say, break a leg.